Second home, molested, beaten, scars on my feet from the cigarettes. Third home, molested. I was at a boys' ranch, wasn't even 10 years old yet. And then I finally graduated, from there to the juvenile justice system, because you're hanging around the wrong crowd and stuff. But even through all that, I always felt God's presence. Even though that I turned my back on him, he never turned his back on me, right? So when I was able to share with that gentleman about me hanging myself, by the time he got out of the car, he turned around and he goes, "Hey, do you mind if I shake your hand?" And he was, again, smelled like alcohol, and you could just tell he was nervous to even ask me. And I was like, "Dude, if you don't mind, I'd love to get out and just give you a hug, man." And he just started crying in my shoulder. And I knew right then in that moment what that verse meant. Even though I'm a free man, I choose to be a servant to all so that I can win the more souls. I need to get that man up to heaven with us, So when God gives us challenges, or, sometimes even feel like, "Oh, where are you, God?" Just because he's not hitting you with the answer you want right then, it don't mean he's not in the kitchen cooking. When I got this Bible right here, I had a 20-year-old kid in my car. I just started driving, and I told him I just started reading the Bible about a month before. And I said, it's taking me a little bit longer because I got to Google each verse because I want to know what God's saying. I don't want to just say I read the Bible so I could read the Bible. I want to tell people, hey, I know who my Father is. I want to know how to obey him, because I thought just a simple thing like, say me and you work together at a company, and we're both getting praise for a project we're working on. But I start getting more praise for a certain section that you did a little bit more work on, but I don't even acknowledge, I don't say that, hey, it was my buddy over here that did the majority of that work. That is just as big a sin as me stealing from you. So just something that petty that we overlook. So I want to know how to live righteously in all areas of my life. So when that kid gave me, so we're sitting here listening to my worship music, and he's like, "You don't have a study Bible?" I was like, "No, what's a study? I never even heard of it." He goes, "Man, hold on, I'll be right back." Kid runs in his house, comes back. He's like, "Man, I want you to have this." And I said, "Man, I can't take this from you. It's like $90. He's like, "No." He's like, "Look, I bought this for a girl 2 years ago. Her name was Abigail." He's like, I never saw her again. God had me buy this for you. So this is how awesome God is, right? So 2 years ago, I wasn't even thinking about reading the Bible. I started reading this in October. God had him buy this Bible for me 2 years ago, knowing that I was going to be reading the Bible in this moment, doing Uber, picking up that kid. So some people be like, "Oh, that's just coincidence." It's not. It's not. It's the Spirit. It is when you seek God, he's going to seek you, and he's going to put the people in your path and your life to make the things happen. Like I said, I have $175 in my bank account. Rent's due next week. I don't have a care in the world. I know he's going to provide. I don't have a car right now, but I know he's going to provide. You have to trust the process and not rush the process. You have to have full faith. And to answer your question, you were saying that you're a sinner. We're all sinners. Some days I'm Cain, some days I'm Abel, but Jesus still loves you. All you have to do is just believe that he came and he died on that cross for you, and that he rose 3 days later, and you will have everlasting life. I promise you. I hope that you do, because I want to see you up there. You know what I mean? Because when you hear those words, "well done," ooh, look, just gave me goosebumps. Nobody's even playing with my hair. Nobody's even playing in my hair right now. You see what I'm doing?
Point there.
This is the Spirit. But I promise you guys. Also, I send out a morning devotion every morning. If you want to take my number, it's just a couple verses with